Hey guys, it's Book Overlook here. Today I'm going to be reading Chapter 2 of The Last Kids on Earth by Marcus Brailer. So let's just go right into it. So, Chapter 2. Jack's high in the sky, impenetrable fortress of power. This is where I live. No, it's not like a real deal home with fancy junk like bathrooms and curtains, but I think it's pretty okay. The house used to belong to my scummy foster brother, but I've made some major additions since all the terror went down. Now, why does this 13-year-old me need a treehouse that's better defended than Fort Knox, Stark Tower, and the X Mansion combined? Because the mass zombie hordes and monster brutes have taken over Wakefield, and as far as I know, the whole freaking world. You probably know what zombies are, but in case you've been living in a hole, let me break down the horror. Constant creepy moaning. Those eyes empty. Those empty eyes, they're like spooks, Phil. Bite you when you're one of them. Undead. Stink like hot garbage. Slow until they get close and fast. There are other monsters too. There are other monsters too, like the dozers, big hulking brutes that resemble two-legged rhinoceroses, and the winged wretches, flying beasts like mutated pterodactyls. And then there are also the vine thingies, long red vines that are alive. I mean, yeah, I know, plants are alive, but these are like alive, alive. They turn backyards into treacherous jungles. Now keep in mind, these aren't real deal scientific names. I'm a monsterologist. And all that, it's just scratching the surface. Almost every day I discover some new thing that is horrific and hair raising and makes you want to hurl. Now you're probably wondering why I'm telling all you this. You know, when you're privy when you're privy to the thoughts and ramblings of a kid trying to stay alive during the monster apocalypse, I'll tell you, it's because I think it's important that future people know what it's like in a time after the monsters arrived. Also, I'd be to remember just in case I get eaten one of these days like this. Me looking totally good while being eaten. Now, how you remember me? Well, only time will tell. Zombie hunter, monster slayer, late blooming, slow developing 13-year-old. Pick me, pick me. Like I said, before the monster apocalypse, I was an orphan. Well, I guess I still am an orphan, strictly speaking. But you know what I mean. The last family I got stuck with was the Robinsons. They were the worst. As soon as the monsters showed up, they just hightailed it. I wasn't at all surprised that they left me behind. Honestly, I'm kind of sure the only reason they took me in the first place was because they wanted somebody to rake the leaves. Good work, Jeff. It's Jack. Now, if this sounds something. Now, if this sounds like I'm trying to make you feel bad for me or something, I'm not. That is not my style. I'm just letting you know the situation, the ins and outs, the deets. I learned a long time ago that it's best to try and not worry too much about the junk life shovels on top of you. Life tries to knock you on, just do your best and duck. Just duck and keep moving. That's the way I see it. Somebody's always got it worse, right? I mean, unless you're the last person on Earth, then technically, yeah, no one has it worse. Ever since the Robinsons pieced out, that's been 42 days ago now, I've been forced to survive a lone and endless world of monsters. That's pretty much the plot of a video game, right? So I said, you know what? I'll treat life like it's a video game. And that's easy because I've always looked at life from a video game angle, anyways. Picturing people's stats and powers, imagining obstacles like their big boss fights. You know how in video games there are challenges you complete to earn trophies and achievement? Well, I created my own. I call them Feats of Apocalyptic Success. I earned them by completing goals and challenges. The riskier the challenge, the greater the feat. I always need photographic proof, for example. Feat Mad Hatter, steal the hats off of 5 zombies. Feat Outrun, beat a zombie in a foot race. Feat Say Cheese, take a photo with someone you knew before they got zombified. House Hunter, explore 50 different abandoned houses. There are like 106 feats still to be completed. If I start running low, I just create more. Now pay attention, here's where things get serious. There is one very important feat of apocalyptic success that I have not completed. It is Feat Damsel in Distress. Find and rescue love interest June Del Toro. Here's why this particular feat of apocalyptic success is the ultimate feat of apocalyptic success. When I first moved into Wakefield, I decided I wanted to be a photojournalist, which is just a fancy word for taking photos of actiony stuff. When I told that to the Robinsons, they said, yeah, okay, that'll happen. So I was like, whatever. I'll just handle this on my own. And I got a gig taking pictures for the school paper. That's where I met June Del Toro. June Del Toro, the love interest. Brain is smart, total smart brain. Hair smells like vanilla, not that lousy American vanilla, French vanilla. She wears boy sneakers. I don't know why I like that, but I do. Legs that just won't quit. No idea what that means. I heard it in a movie. I guess her legs are resilient. June was the student editor of the Parker Middle School Gazette, which was perfect because if we're both working on the paper, that gives us a reason to chat and get friendly, right? Turns out though, June is scary when she's on the job but even when she's ticked off and super stressed, she manages to remain ridiculously cute. This issue isn't gonna write itself, people. Now, it should be clear here. I think June kind of hates me. Still ridiculously cute. She told me I was lazy. I respectfully disagree. Not lazy. I was just trying to fulfill my role as a photographer, the wild rebel who plays by his own rules, the hip, cool guy who's always being hip and cool nonstop, 24/7. Nonstop hip and cool, nonstop hip and cool. What up? June says my photos weren't capturing the important stories around the school. I guess she just wanted snapshots of bake sales or a pic of Miss Gradwell's new whiteboard or something. See, I don't go in for a lot of that boring junk. I like action. I like capturing that single moment in time that'll never, ever be repeated. And now my camera is full of once in a lifetime death defying moments and crazy close calls. I mean, just this week. I mean, let's do this. I mean, the last one, you probably have a better chance of getting a reg ring of death than actually spilling soda on the Xbox and breaking it. Anyway, even though June maybe kind of hates me, I also might, maybe, probably, definitely kind of like her a lot. But is she still out here? Is she still alive? Is she still in town? Here's what I know. The day the monster apocalypse began, I know for a fact June was inside her middle school, but I don't think she's still there because I went by a few days ago and I stood outside hollering June and there was no answer. I'm also very sure that June's parents did not leave town because I went to her house last week and their cars were still in the driveway. I broke in and looked around inside the home too, and it didn't seem like they packed up and taken off on a train or anything. And I refuse to believe that June has been zombified. So that means she must be here in town somewhere. So I'm gonna find her and I'm going to rescue her. There you have it. That's my life and that's my goal. Will not rest until I'm done. I'm a dorky warrior orphan. I'm a zombie fighting monster slaying tornado of cool. Not really, but this is my story, so deal. And I will rescue June Toro and complete the ultimate help. Help. Rescue June Del Toro and complete the ultimate feat of apocalyptic success. My hero. That leaves us on chapter 3. Sadly, we did not have the best of English capabilities, but I mean, it's a great book. Read this book. It's a pretty good book. Like it's genuinely like a good book. Like I don't know how many times I can say this is a good book. All right, Book Overlook signing out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Should have done that earlier. Goodbye.